Welcome back to North Dakota Today. Connect with others through a good conversation.
Right. We have motivational speaker Missy O here to tell us how to have authentic conversations.
Yes.
And I just asked, was our conversation we just had
Very authentic, yes.
So what does it mean, though, to have an authentic conversation?
Well, there's different types of conversations we can have. You ever had a conversation with someone you know they're trying to sell you something, it feels transactional, or you know that they have an agenda, and sometimes those agendas are hidden, so when they're talking on the phone or whatever have you, you know that they're going a direction, you can already feel it and you sense it, but then there are those conversations that are authentic, and you know that when they're talking with you and connecting with you, it's not a one-time and done, it's a connecting and moving forward and really getting to know each other.
It can be hard, though, to make the time to have every single conversation, because we busy ourselves so much, though, to make it authentic, right?
And that's something that's so important, you said, is that to make time and take time to have those conversations, because if we don't, the relationships start to fall away and they start to not be as important to us anymore. And that's so important when we're looking at working with our patients or our clients or even our family members or coworkers.
What are 3 things that people should be looking for when they're having a conversation?
Well, when you're connecting with someone, we want to look at working with their emotions, their feelings, or their actions. We want to know more about those things. But when we take a look at conversations, there's 2 sides of it. There's the side that people want to connect with us, but we want to connect with them. So when you want to know what their emotions, their feelings, their actions are, there are 3 things they need to know. That's what they need to know, and the feelings, and also what they need to see from us. So when you take a look at what do they need to know, they need to know that we are there, we're wanting to connect with them. That's what we were just talking about. But within that, when you have a conversation with someone, finding out more, asking questions, really getting to know what they're talking about, why they're talking about things, and how they feel about things, and that's with questions.
I think it can be so hard, too, when we have so many distractions to put it down. Like you said, make that connection. I'm watching you. I'm listening to you.
Right.
It can be really hard, especially if you have an age difference.
Right.
No offense, teens, but you don't always listen the most.
Right. And what's interesting about that, that's what they need to see. When we're having conversations with someone, actions speak louder than words. We've heard that before, right? But that truly is important. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be somewhere. If you say you're going to do something, do something. And it's not hard, but yet really it takes being intentional and being aware of who we are and what we want to do.
And you don't want to get stuck in that pattern where as you suddenly look away and then you're paying attention and then you just say yes and the other person thinks you were hearing what they were saying.
Right. Well, it's about being engaged, right? It's really taking time to listen to people, and people can tell we're not engaged. They can. And something that's important to know too is if you miss something when you're having a conversation with someone, don't be afraid to say, hey, you know, I kind of gapped out there for a second. What did you really say, or can you repeat that again? People aren't offended. They think, wow, they really do care. Let me repeat it, and it's important. Yes.
Right. I feel like sometimes just admitting your own flaws in a conversation can make that person feel more comfortable, and as you said, more like they're being heard.
Well, and it's a real conversation, right? I remember talking with a mentor of mine years ago, and we were having a conversation, and I said, I hope these questions I ask you don't seem infantile, you know? You have that question, and you ask someone, and he said, you know, I was thinking he was going to say, oh, no question is a dumb question, but what he said was something so important. He said, you can always tell where someone's at with the question they ask. And so when we're talking with someone, if they ask a question, we can tell if they don't know something, if they know a little bit about something, or if they want to know more. And we really hone in on that and make it about them. We can really engage even deeper and know that they care. And that's the next level, what they need to feel.
I bet I know a lot of people who do that. You know, you just kind of automatically, ask that next question. It's like, do you really even care how I'm doing today?
Right. And when you're asking questions, don't ask questions just to ask questions. Be real about it. Really care about those questions that you do ask.
Sounds great. We'll have much more with Missy on authentic conversations coming up right after the break.